Hey guys, Wild Willie here. Uh, I'm an awestruck, and it didn't really hit me until I was reading an article yesterday that the CBC wrote, and got me thinking. And now I got to put in my 2 cents. Usually, there's a lot of shit in the media that bothers me, from immigration to this and that, but I don't say nothing. I just whatever. But this, for some reason, really irked me, so I'm going to talk about it. The CBC, I already know, is a left wing ruled organization. It's they were almost going to disappear, and then the Liberals came along, and most of their funding is from the Liberals. A good, I don't know even know what the percentage was. Someone told me it was like something like 80% or whatever. But they do their master's bidding now. And let me get sidetracked, and I'm going to tell you why I'm worried about the CBC. So we can go back as far as 2013. An ex-NHLer killed the grizzly bear, and the article they wrote and the news clip they did on it, well, they don't come out and say the guy's a monster, but they sure show and highlight how everyone else thinks he's a monster. A week and a half ago, another NHLer, ex-NHLer, killed the grizzly bear with a permit, did it legally, a hunting trip. Whether you agree with hunting or not, that's not the point right now. Killed the bear. And they did an article not basically taking sides, but showcasing, everyone's dismay about this hunter. Actually, hold on, I'm going to post here. Let me show you a picture of their headlines right now. So they made this guy look like the boogeyman indirectly. After all, they don't take sides or whatever. Don't. And now this guy is getting death threats. People no doubt know where he lives by now, and his address and family's been posted on social media, and he's getting hate mail from around the world. That was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. This happened where they posted this article about this gentleman shooting the bear legally. Yesterday, I read an article, and I'll show you the headline right here. Long story short, this article is a nice little fluff piece written about how in northern Canada, up by Nunavik or whatever, a grizzly bear wandered into town because it was looking for food before hibernation. The locals shot it because they deemed it to be a trouble bear. And what an experience it was for the education, the outdoor center, Aboriginal Outdoor Center, got to see their elders butcher a bear the old school way. Where's all the complaining about this? Where's all the hate mail? Now you're going to say, well, there's a difference between commercial hunting and nuisance bears and having to deal with a nuisance bear. Look at all the people that complained in places like in Oshawa and stuff when the black bears got shot. No, people were in outcry when the police shot them. CBC, oh yes, they interviewed all these people that were so mad at the police for shooting the bear. The gentleman that legally hunted the bears, they got permits. Legal hunting is done to keep population in check, to keep population numbers healthy. Now people say this was a nuisance bear. I know how nuisance bears work in northern Ontario and northern Canada. I've lived in remote north communities. I've been to remote communities. There's a certain cutoff level. There's a point, there's an imaginary line for north and south. And if you go south of that line, a nuisance bear gets shot at with blanks. It gets chased by dogs. It'll get trapped. It'll get taken away. 2 or 3 different things are done, and they deem it a nuisance bear if it keeps coming back, and then they have to shoot it because they don't want it into people's property or damaging anything. I guarantee this bear walked through town, maybe he sniffed open a garbage can, kept on going, and they shot it. I guarantee that's what happened, or however they shot it, or with a bow or with a rifle, whatever. They got rid of this bear quick. They didn't try to remove this bear and get him out of the way. They took this bear out. But regardless, on whether you believe in that or not, I'm mad because the CBC on one hand can make this bear killing look like a complete monstrosity for an individual. And on another hand, a week and a half later, they make it look like a fluff piece. How enjoyable, and how these Aboriginal people and school children got to take pictures with a dead bear and learn so much from it. Nothing about it was being killed or nothing about people hating it. It was a nice little fluff piece. And why does this bother me? It bothers me because if they're one way on the same issue, then 2 weeks later another way on the same issue, how are they going to become this federal election? Their left handlers are going to be controlling them. How are they going to be? I'm so worried. How am I going to get fair election coverage? I listened to an interview the other day with Maxime Bernier, and all the girl from CBC was doing was just trying to get him upset. She didn't know the answers herself, or she didn't know what she was bitching at him about. She had no details, but she was just trying to push and get him aggravated, make him look like a certain type of individual. The CBC is very corrupt, and they should not be allowed to do any election coverage, in my opinion, because they're going to be one-sided. So for all you that are listening, please, come voting time, do your homework. Don't listen to the CBC. Go on the candidates' websites, read the candidates' platform. The last thing you want to do is listen to left-sided media about serious issues. CBC, you're banned from my phone. You're banned from any of my media outlets that I listen to or watch in the mornings. I'm no longer going to take you to heart. I'm no longer going to support you. Anyways, guys, that's just a little bit of a rant. I'm Wild Willie, and I get trucking. So remember, it's not a question if the shit's going to hit the fan. It's a question of when. So always be prepared.